pacifist nation to the right. Nationalist groups are growing louder in their calls for the country to take a harder line against enemies home and abroad. RT's Alexei Grashevsky looks at the possible political repercussions for the entire region there.
It's become a tradition in Japan when some foreign officials are subjected to verbal abuse. On this particular occasion, Japanese nationalists made their feelings known loud and clear to Russia's foreign minister. China and South Korea have also been in their crosshairs, one for an island dispute, the other for sending too many labor migrants to Japan. In one of the latest protests, Korean workers were described as cockroaches, which needed to be exterminated. This man is one of those behind the nationalist rallies in Japan. He says he'd like to see Japan a more closed society.
We've been too open to the world. Now foreigners come here and commit crimes. I want us to return to a pre-war period, when we were closed and self-sufficient.
Despite criticizing the government for its immigration policies, the movement could not be feeling more comfortable. Since 2012, when Shinzo Abe was re-elected as prime minister, such rallies have been on the rise.
Those are not only foreign nationals and delegations getting the stick from Japanese nationalists. There are locals who have directly suffered from their country becoming more far-right.
These school teachers have been protesting because they lost their jobs for not complying with what they call ultra-nationalist regulations in schools.
They made it an obligation to listen to the national anthem before classes. I told my pupils, part of whom were not even Japanese, that it wasn't obligatory to stand up. And then I got fired.
But it's not only about instilling national pride. Speculation is rife that with all this stronger Japan hype, Abe is eager to amend the 1947 constitution, namely Article number 9, which prohibits Japan from having any kind of army other than for defense purposes.
In the increasingly intertwined world, we can't ensure the peace of our nation without proactively taking a role in the peace and security of the world. Why don't we take steps forward on the issue of constitutional amendment?
But not everyone is buying it. A more far-reaching goal could be reshaping the regional balance of power.
There has been a talk among high-profile politicians, including former prime ministers, on launching a public debate whether Japan should have nuclear weapons. It never materialized, but it's something the ruling elite has been pondering for years now.
A non-pacifist Japan, let alone a nuclear power, would send shockwaves across the region, say experts. But for now, even with nationalist voices getting louder, polls suggest that such ideas are still some way from becoming reality.